and then I will get you up and running.
The Drawing Board Podcast. You've now tuned in to the Drawing Board Podcast, a powerful, thought-provoking discussion where we talk about family, relationships, ministry, community, and career. Let's see what exciting guests we have on our show today.
Great evening, Drawing Board Nation. This is Andre Ebron, the host and the founder of the Drawing Board Podcast, the author of the book, The Drawing Board, and the host of the Drawing Board Experience 2020. The power of vision. See your way clear. Tonight is an excellent night. I know some people have had some additional time on your hands. I hope you have been being as productive as possible and also getting some rest and relaxation in there. Did you know that rest and relaxation can be just as productive as work when it is properly scheduled? Rest is an important part of being productive. So tonight, I always promise you that I'm going to bring you quality information from quality guests. And tonight is different. Tonight, the Drawing Board Nation welcomes to the podcast Brother Milton Putman. Welcome to the podcast, my brother.
Blessings and prosperity, man. It's a great opportunity.
Yes, sir. I was going to start the show the same way, saying blessings and prosperity. Everything you do, you started with blessings and prosperity. And I love the way that you frame it. Because if you start with blessings and prosperity, you can't help but to succeed.
Oh, you can't help but succeed. It's a mindset, man, to start your day. Anything that you're going through, but you just saying blessings and prosperity, you know you can go through any brick wall, any obstacles.
Absolutely. So let me tell people a little bit about you, Brother Milton. Milton Putman is a man of many hats, a proud father. That when I read that, oh man, it hit me right there, because that is, I think out of all of my assignments in the earth realm, I think that being a father happens to be one of my most reflective pieces of my relationship with God, other than being a husband. So being a proud dad, man, that hit me. You are a CEO and founder of two companies, Complete Dominance Athletics and Putman Speaks. He is a TV host, mentor, and a life and business coach. He is also a member and ambassador of Detroit's most notable organization, Let's Detroit, Detroit Young Professionals, and NMSDC, just to name a few. That is many hats, my brother. Yes. As a public speaker, Milton specializes on speaking on his pillars for success. Stop right there for a minute, Milt. Your pillars of success. Break it down for me. What are some of the pillars you stand on?
So one of the major pillars of success, as I know you practice it, is being partnering with God for your success. So I tell a lot of people it's two ways of partnering with God. It's praying, and that's praying from the heart, and it's walking by faith. And walking by faith is just believing in something unconditional. So that is really the biggest pillar that I share with a lot of my audience. Another one is, what is success? And what do success mean? What is your why for success? So, and spreading prosperity. That's another big one, spreading prosperity.
That's great, man. So partnering with God, which is prayer and walking by faith. And also, you said the second one was what?
The second one is knowing what success is and knowing
your definition. Yeah, so how do you define success?
So success is any thought that you have to accomplish something. If you want to be a better parent, if you want to be a school teacher. For myself, it is empowering 7.8 million people in the year 2020. So the thought of just having success, that's what takes you. Now you need to know your why after that. Your why is something that's bigger than yourself, because yourself is not big enough for the cup of blessings that you're going to have. So it's the people that you want to empower, the people that you want to impact, the problem that you want to solve. So with those two combined, that pillar right there will take you a long way once you get to understanding what is success and what is your why for success.
Oh, that's good, man. And could you conveying that message through public speaking challenges people to begin with the success? Because if I heard you correctly, is that when you have an idea, that is success. Then bringing it to fruition and
Right.
making that happen, that's that prayer, walking by faith, and then defining your
Mm-hmm.
why. It has to be bigger than you. You have to think about how you're going to
Yes,
impact other
definitely.
people's lives. And of course, in our faith language, that would be blessed to be a blessing, right?
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Um, Great, great. Also, I'm looking on here, man. When you say you want to impact 7.8 million people in the year 2020, what are some avenues that you're going to be able to accomplish that goal?
So a lot of the avenues is through my businesses, Complete Diamonds Athletics, with just encouraging people to stay fit, to stay healthy, especially when we're going through a crisis like this. It's very important for you to understand to be healthy and fit during these times. Also through Putman Speeds, like you said, with my pillars for success. Outside of that is really just partnering with people like yourself that have a message, that also have a walking in a calling. So it's not really just me directly impacting 7.8 people. It's also me working with other people. If I can impact one person and that person impact thousands of people, I still look at that as me being a part of impacting other people as well.
Oh, that's excellent. So you're talking about the power of collaboration.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. I see you have some very strategic collaborations here. And it says here that these pillars are foundation of his business and personal life success. It says Milton became a public speaker under the Sean Fair Consulting Group and will be part of the Sean Fair and
Yep.
Keon Clinton Leadership Experience Tour 2020. Those are some very strategic collaborations. And if you could do me a favor, Brother Milt, come closer to your mic because we're getting a little bit of static. There we go.
Yeah. Good enough?
Yep, just a little bit. So partnering with Sean Fair, really great brother, and partnering with Keon Clinton, man, listen, those are some giants that are making a difference in Metro Detroit and across the nation. So I have had an opportunity to speak with both of them, and I had Keon on the show. So man, listen,
Yeah,
so man, you get a chance to kind of stretch out a little bit. Tell me about that experience, man, of working with Sean Fair Consulting Group. How did it stretch you? How did it grow you? The platform. Talk to me about that.
Really, it just Keon Clinton one introduced me to it. Shout out to Keon Clinton. Me and him been doing a lot of different things on a lot of platforms that he been having really relating to fitness and health. But he sent me a text, was like, man, I think this would be a good idea for you. I feel like you have a message to get out there. You really haven't heard me speak. I honestly haven't spoken in front of anybody at this time. And I was like, I just tried it because he reached out to me, so I just tried it. And so I went in there with a speech, praying to God first as always, asking him just to bless my tongue and the words that comes out of my mouth. And the pillars for success just felt like it was just a great thing to speak on. As you know, a lot of people need direction on how to get success. You know, we all lost when we first started off life with our businesses, with our personal life, whatever it might be, and we just need some direction. So I just didn't want to tell people, you know, how to do stuff. I want to also give them tools, because that's one thing that we lack at. We lack at having tools for success. So partner with those two teams was great. They actually take you through the different tactics as being a good speaker. They take you from the bottom up on your vocabularies and everything, and they teach you as you being a speaker. They help you with your message. And it's like once you get stretched so far, it's hard for you to go back. So once you get that experience with those two guys, that's something that I recommend anybody that have a message just to sit down with them and just see what they might can do for you on a public speaking platform.
That's good, man. And one of the things about making your story so authentic is that you speak about what it is that you specialize in. When I'm listening to speakers, when I'm looking at people who have a platform, I always have a question as it relates to their journey. So whatever they're talking about, their pillars of success, the tools that they're giving out, the education that they're providing, I'm sitting there the whole time thinking, I want to know this person's story. I want to know the background, what fortified them, what built them to this point, what not necessarily qualifies them, but I want to know the integrity of what it is that they're sharing. Like, give me those real life experiences. So, Brother Milt, talk to me, man. Like, you with Complete Dominance Athletics. I see you in the gym. I saw you doing those pull-ups with the leg lifts. I said, okay, pull-ups with the leg lifts. And one of your buddies who was actually you, he said if it was easy, everybody in the gym would be doing it. Right? Yeah. And so I thought that was profound. I thought that was great. But man, talk to me about your journey as a young man growing up in Detroit.
Oh man, just like so many people, you just trying to find your way. Coming from the urban city of Detroit and the inside neighborhoods, me just having goals of playing sports. That was the only thing that was on my mind, honestly. And it really wasn't all sports. It was just one sport in particular, and that was just basketball. I think basketball really consumed me for so much. It drive me in one way, but in a lot of different ways, it also had me blocked to a lot of possibilities that life can offer. So
let's unpack that right there. Let's unpack that for just a second. So you were saying that basketball, while it also drove you, so there were certain disciplines that you had to develop with health and fitness, and certain discipline you had to develop. I'm sure you were at the court every day, or what we better known as, gym rats. Somebody that's at the gym constantly. And so in one way it drove you, but you said in another way it blocked a lot of opportunities for you. Like, break that down for me. Let's unpack that.
Yeah, so like you can get so caught into your goal and you just have like a narrow focus. But we pick what we think our life should be, not understanding that God already have a path for you. So if you're not being open-minded, like I wasn't in my past, I wasn't open-minded to looking at different possibilities for myself to grow, not just in sports, but in life, period. And I had a mother that was a real big advocate of education. She was big on street education and also as a book education. So she always used to preach to us that you need both of them to survive. But I was just so stuck on basketball, like that. Basketball gonna give me this, basketball gonna give me that. And I wasn't opening my mind and unlocking different channels where I could just prosper in different ways. So I always wanted like a clothing line, but I thought it was going to be in the pursuit of basketball, being signed with Nike, something like that. I always wanted to have prosperity and wealth, but I just was so locked in that everything was going to be basketball. So I used it to drive me to get out of my neighborhood and the circumstances that I knew of. But again, I also let it just block me that it was just this. And as you know, life is so fulfilling. And if you just keep yourself narrow, you're not even going to touch anything that life has to offer. You're not even going to see any of the blessings. So with that, and as I look back at it now in hindsight, fortunately, I'm not even going to say unfortunately. Fortunately, I didn't go as far as my career that I wanted to in basketball. I did play some college basketball. God blessed me with my eldest king, so I had to come back home, and there's a lot of obstacles with that. School, being a college athlete, now you have to work. So I had to find out what can I do outside of basketball. where I'm going to be. And to be honest with you, it was a roadblock. I didn't even have any goals outside of basketball. It was just basketball, and that was it. And to be honest with you, it wasn't even the NBA. I just wanted to play pro basketball. I was looking to go over there to Italy. So with the obstacles I had to grow. And that's one of the beautiful things about life. People look at obstacles as, it's just something that's just going to tear you down. It's an opportunity for you to grow. If you look at it that way, it's an opportunity for you to grow. So I knew I couldn't fail my son. I didn't want to fail myself, but like you were saying earlier, when you have a why, something bigger than yourself, you can't fail. So I have my son, my oldest son at the time, and that was my why. And going into that, blessing came. I got into Chrysler, Jefferson North, and I had a position as a TL. And I had to be in the TL, a lot of people that work in that type of environment, you have a lot of time on your hands. So this is when I started doing a lot of self-reading. I got a lot of self-reading. Like, man, I got all this time on my hands. Let me just read. And during that time, it was me becoming an entrepreneur. So I'm like, what do I want to be? What can I be? Because like I said, I didn't have no goal to be an entrepreneur. I didn't know any entrepreneurs, except for the street hustlers from the neighborhood, but I didn't know any entrepreneur to say, this is the avenue for you. I know I wanted to build something bigger for my sons, which I had my youngest son coming around that time, and I wanted to build something bigger for them and not to grow up in the same environment that I did. So with that, it came with me reading just different books about our culture, about our environment, about the economy, history. And with that, I was able to find Global Empowerment Ministries. That is the church that I attend.
Okay.
Shout out to
Who's your pastor?
Pastor Cartwright.
Go ahead, shout him out. Get an address, the phone number. Let's go. All right.
All right. The church is on Van Dyke. It is 17910 Van Dyke. Man, anytime you have free time, go to that church. It's a phenomenal church. I love being a member of it. And he opened my eyes of being an entrepreneur. So that's when Complete Dominance Athletics was born. And that was me being a personal trainer first. But then I'm not the person that just want to log in a lot of labor hours. So I'm like, what is another way for me to attach something to my business and to my vision, to my dream? It was a product. Product goes way further than you can at one time.
Absolutely. Brother Mick, hold on just a second. Try to adjust your device. We're getting a little bit of static. Okay, try it now.
Better now? Yeah, can you hear me better now?
Oh, still getting some static. Let me see. Try it now.
What about here? What about here?
Yep. Nope. Scoot it back a little bit.
Is better?
That's better.
Is this better?
Try it again. Yeah, that's better.
It's better? So
yeah, that's
on that, but so as you know, you can't duplicate yourself. But with products, you can duplicate as many as the consumer wants. So that's when I attached products to my company, Complete Dominance Athletics, and that was really the birth of that. And fast forward now, I'm being a public speaker, a mentor, and I use public speaks for that avenue.
So you use the public speaking to do the motivating, and then you attach people to your product in order to continue to build that relationship. I think that's a huge piece for public speakers that are just now starting to formulate what they want to do. So the entrepreneurial piece came first, and then the public speaking piece came for you. And sometimes for a lot of people, it is the inverse, where they will use like a lot of things. Here's my challenge to you. I was waiting for it to come, waiting for the Lord to tell me what I could challenge you with. So I want you to develop a talk, man. And the talk will be, is it a school or an opportunity? And you can do like a 30-minute talk of breaking down how your mom wanted you to develop street smarts and book smarts, how you can be focused on one thing too narrowly and be missing out on a lot of opportunities. And while some people would have looked at having to come back home and work and go to school as something depressing, you use it as a launching pad to be able to really explore your opportunity that you had in life. Because do you know how many people right now are sitting home? There are some brothers right now, some sisters that are watching us, and they had one goal. And because some obstacle or perceived obstacle came in their life, they have really just been spiraling because they feel some type of guilt, they feel some type of condemnation, they feel some sense of failure because they did not accomplish that one goal when there are so many vast opportunities that exist among them every single day. So here's my challenge, man. The question for you is it cool or an opportunity, right? Okay, so that's the talk, man, I want you to develop.
So hold on, you said I didn't hear the first part. Is it
an obstacle?
I heard opportunity.
Is it an obstacle or an opportunity?
It's both.
Okay.
It's both. And the reason why it's both is because while we're on a journey of life, you're gonna get hit with obstacles. But it's how you look at those obstacles where you can make them opportunities. See, obstacles are things that make you grow. See, as I know, you have been hit with a lot of obstacles in life, and you take those as lessons, and you like, how can I get better out of this? See, it always comes with a mindset. So, there's a lot of things that I practice for the mind. Everything starts with the mind. How you feel, how you look at things, how you let things impact you, how you impact other people. It's always starts with the mindset. So the obstacles and see how strong are you for the things that you want in your life. That's what obstacles are, is to see how strong are you for the things you want in your life. Like if you look through the Bible, every story, nobody had just a clear slate for their prosperity, not even Jesus. And he was the most perfect and God's son, and he didn't even have just a clear slate. But he also went through obstacles. Even being crucified, before being crucified, he went through obstacles. But it was for his journey. How strong are you for you to accomplish these goals that you want to accomplish? That's how I look at it. I was the kid, once I seen Isaiah Thomas hurt his thigh in the game and wanted to finish the game. So I was that kid that like, man, if I get a sprained ankle or jam finger, anything, I'm finishing this game. So I take that same mentality in everything I go through. Yes, obstacles have you in a moment. And I like to call it a moment. They have you in a moment when you have to retreat a little bit and think about things. Because you done got probably hit emotionally. You done got hit mentally. You done got hit spiritually. You got hit financially. All different ways you got hit. But again, it's that opportunity to see how strong you're going to be for you to accomplish your goal. As you know, in business, you get hit with so many. I tell people this, if you want to be an entrepreneur, the best advice I can give you is to be ready to get hit with a challenge mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, definitely financially. You're going to get hit with all of those. And that's why, like you said earlier, I love when you said it, like, I want to know the journey. A lot of people want to know the end success. I want to know the journey. Everybody that I read about, I go and study their journey. How strong was this person to be a multi-millionaire? How strong was this person to be a multi-billionaire? Because you need that type of magnitude to get through those things. So I say that the obstacle is an opportunity. And it's the opportunity to see how much do you want this? How deep is it to you for you to accomplish this goal? I preach this to both my young kings all the time. Like, don't shy away from these obstacles, but they're gonna come. Once you run from one, there's gonna be 1,000 of them that's gonna come, and that one is gonna prepare you for everyone. That's just like I sat with Walmart with one of my products at site. You know, got the car, I sat with them, and fortunately, they told me, they didn't even tell me no, but I took it as a no. So I didn't get my products into Walmart. But instead, you know, for a minute, I was pouting about it, like, man, why my products? It's the best way anybody else. But it was an obstacle. how are you going to take it? And how are you going to move forward with it? So I feel like an obstacle is that opportunity to see your growth and see how much you're going to grow for that opportunities that's laying before you.
Well, that's good, man. You know, right now with COVID-19, it's presenting a lot of different obstacles for a lot of different people.
Definitely.
Well, I would like to say that entrepreneurship is one of the greatest exercises in faith that somebody can take. It takes faith to that God will provide financially. He will connect you with the right audience, that you get your demographics together, that your messaging is correct. And then, you know, entrepreneurship, the feast and famine of that is about timing, right? So making sure that you access and have your product available at the right time. So sometimes it's not that the needs to be revised. It just, the timing of it, the market wasn't prepared to receive it, right? But as long as you continue to keep plugging,
Right.
Brother Milton, what would be your encouragement to people right now that are experiencing great obstacles? How would you discover the opportunity that is currently amidst them? How do you open their eyes to see the opportunity within the obstacle? What would you say to them?
First off, I feel like it starts with your vision. Where is your vision?
Okay.
Um,
You know something, Milt? You
like,
said granddad asked you a question. He said, do you see yourself? Right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, so within that vision, that's a good point. Do they see themselves there? Go ahead. What else would you say to them?
Yeah, but like first, what is your vision? Like you only can go as far as your vision in life. So if you having a blocked vision right now, you need to do things to unlock that vision. Spiritually, mentally, physically, financially. A vision board is always great. But one thing that's I feel that's better is reading. Read out read outside of your norm. Go outside of your environment. Even with this time, you can go outside of your environment with looking up stuff on Google, just getting different books. So it starts with your vision. What I do is I pray, plan, and execute. So before anything, you need to pray to God. You need to get one-on-one with him, and as long as you're coming from the heart, he's gonna hear you. So you pray, plan. Like a lot of people having a lot of downtime, so it's a good time for people to plan on things. Financially, where you want to go after this, and start working on those things. This is the time where people can be working on things that they want to do after all of the smoke clear. And those is really the big keys to me right now. As far as success, it's your vision and praying, planning, and execute. And like right now, like me and yourself, we're finding ways to execute outside of it. While we are in this right now, we're finding ways to execute. That is what entrepreneurs do. Okay, this is an obstacle. And as you said, I'm glad you even brought this up because with this right now, the COVID-19, for entrepreneurs, this is an obstacle for a lot of entrepreneurs to be finding ways to, how can I solve a problem? You got tech entrepreneurs, you have health and fitness entrepreneurs like myself, you have entrepreneurs with books, motivational speakers. This is a big obstacle that's hitting everybody. But within that, it's only one of you. So when if with one of you, you sit back and like, how is this affecting me? If it's affecting you in some type of way, it's got to be affecting millions of other people in that same way. So you just find a way how to solve that problem. Even if it's a little problem within this big obstacle, you can find a way to solve a problem. Like me, I have a product right here, is a breathing mask. To be honest with you, we had this breathing mask before the COVID-19 even happened. But this breathing mask helps with your respiratory system, which the COVID-19 is targeting, your respiratory system. This helps strengthen your respiratory system. So even though this product was even out, I had this product before the COVID-19, God already blessed me with something. It was like, okay, don't bring it out then. It's going to be an opportunity for you to bring this out, and I need you to bring this out to the masses. And that's the opportunity right now. So with this obstacle, I want everybody to sit back and look like, how is this affecting me? How is this affecting my family? How is this affecting my friends? Okay, how can I solve this problem? That's what entrepreneurship is. It's solving problems. That's the biggest part of entrepreneurship. You solving problems. So you're like, okay, if I'm getting affected this way, they're getting affected this way. Let me be the one to solve this problem. And God is going to bless you in that way because, again, it's not for you. It's bigger than you. And you're doing something for others.
That's good, man. So your key points is to pray, to plan, and to execute. I was listening to Bishop Jakes. He was saying that could be, I hope you got those points written down, brother. Bishop Jakes said that preparation is never time wasted. Anytime that you are preparing for your next thing, I know a lot of people may be figuring like, man, I have all of this time on my hands. I'm trying to figure out what to do. I'm trying to keep my mind productive. So reading, you mentioned reading. Reading is something that expands your vision because it gives you someone else's perspective. One of the things that I love about reading, or I love about really just consuming information, is that it gives me options. So a lot of people who are listening to this, if they're not readers and they're only consuming like reality TV, or they're only consuming what the television provides, then that is the base of information, the level of expertise that they'll be operating in when getting ready to make decisions concerning their life. But reading and listening to podcasts like The Drawing Board, or coming to hear you speak about obstacles and opportunities, coming to the leadership tour, it will expand the wealth of information they have. So when they get ready to make a decision, they'll have options. So information gives you options. Yeah. And then whatever you choose to apply or become one with becomes knowledge. And then when you seek the Lord to pray, to plan, and to execute, then that knowledge becomes wisdom. And then that wisdom produces fruit. So, man, I am excited about, man, the journey that you're taking. I'm excited about the information that you are providing. Now, you're a health and fitness expert. So, man, tell me, what are some things, my push-ups, and I'm doing my sit-ups and my squats and my planks. That's what I'm working with right now, okay? Trying to keep my wife has been on this weight loss journey, and she has really inspired me to go back to the drawing board concerning my health and fitness because, brother, I had been so busy that I didn't have an opportunity, or I didn't take the opportunity or make the time to really work out, but I have no excuse now. So
no excuse at all.
no excuse. And one of my brothers told me, he said, hey, man, listen, you're either going to invest that hour working out every day, or you're going to invest more than that hour later in your life at the doctor's office. And
that's a gem right there.
Yeah, and he hit me with a gut punch. You know, that was a gut punch, and my core wasn't strong enough to take it. So I had to submit to that truth, because whenever we say we don't have time for something that's for our well-being right now, we end up paying for it on the back end, not with something that heals us, but with something that just comforts us through the pain. Isn't life like that? Right. That when we don't take the time to do what's for our best interest and well-being right now, that we end up getting a B selection answer when we could have just applied the discipline from the beginning. So talk to me, man. What can I be doing on a daily basis to make sure I get these pecs and arms tight, you know?
And it sounds like you're starting everything out right. How often do you do push-ups? Like, what is your reps? What is your sets?
So right now, man, I'm doing 50 to 100. I know to a fitness expert, I know that's not a lot, but doing 50 to 100 a day. And I'm running my push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and my planks I do on the end. But push-ups, sit-ups, and squats like in a rotation.
Okay. So are you doing it daily, or is you taking like how often are you doing it?
Right now it's daily. I do it before I get ready to go to bed.
Okay, so a challenge I got for you is, instead of doing reps, because one, your body probably got used to the reps. Two, definitely your mind that got used to the rep. You already to look forward to hitting that 100 and that 50 and all of that. So what I want you to do now, the challenge I got for you is to time everything. So
Oh,
you
wow.
so first you put yourself on a 30-second time, then a 45-second time, and move up to a minute. Then see how you're doing. Don't even think about it now. Don't even think about it now. Because when you do your crunches, your planks, your squats, and everything, you have your timer set for 30, 35 seconds, and then see if you hit that 35 seconds. When you hit that 35 seconds without stopping, you move to 45 seconds. When you do that, you move to a minute. Because you didn't already got the reps down. You're
Right.
doing 50 to 100 reps. So you know that's nothing to you now. So now it's just you timing yourself. And this is one of the things that I do. One of the challenges that I do, I time myself. Because you can hit about 12, 15 on the bench, and you're like, okay. But that body muscle is just like your mental is getting used to it. So now you want to trigger that. You want to do something and hit it. Like, I didn't feel this before. Then you just do different push-ups. Do outer push-ups, inner push-ups, diamonds, and you're gonna see the difference from there.
Oh yeah, man. I remember running track, and I was an athlete back in the day. And man, we used to make sure you hit those diamond push-ups so you can get that little, diamond in the middle. It was all about aesthetics for me, brother.
Yeah.
It was all about aesthetics. I built for strength, because when you run every day, you're working all those muscle groups, right? And with the workouts that they have. But now, man, being older and having children and schedules and all those other things, I put on kind of had the dad bod, man. I got to get it back together.
Yeah, and another good thing is, because I know you had your young king with you. So another good thing is partner with your young king. That is one of the things that I actually started doing summer past. Because when we getting our kids in fitness and health arena, we can become drill sergeants. So then, they'd be a little resentful from that. But when midsummer, I started working out with my kings. And with me working out with them, they was like, okay, I see you doing push-ups too. So now I'm pushing myself to do push-ups. So that's another thing you can do is just have like a good family challenge. How many push-ups you need? How many push-ups you need in this 45 seconds? That's gonna take you all the way out of that good 50 and 100 then.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm certain. I said I'll start with the 30-second. I'll start with that. It reminds me, brother, when years ago, man, I was actually going to go into the police department, and when you're taking your MCOs, they have you, do. They're not counting the reps, but they are counting it to time. And so it just took me back when you said that, like, how many push-ups can you do in a minute? How many sit-ups can you do in a minute?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they had a certain threshold that you had to reach. But I remember working out to accomplish that goal. And man, listen, the horseshoe came back. Everything was as it should. So yeah, man, listen, I'm definitely gonna take that challenge, and I'll follow up with you. Maybe we'll do like a Facebook Live or something where I come on in about 2 weeks or so to let you know how that's going.
Oh man, I look forward to it. I definitely
yeah,
look
man.
forward to that.
So listen, as we round out this interview, what are some things, man, that you definitely want people to remember, and what is your call to action to them, to the nations, to all of the people that are listening? What is it that you want them to know in connecting with you and your brand?
Oh man, what I really want people to know is that we are here to enhance people in fitness and health. All of our products is for your enhancement. That is our goal. That is our vision. It's not just for profit. It's really to make and build a community of health and fitness. Like people not even understanding that a lot of issues that we are going through is because we are not healthy. The United States is in the top 5, if not number 1, of obesity. and just living an unhealthy lifestyle. Detroit is amongst the top of obesity and not living a healthy lifestyle. I have been hit directly with family members that have just lost their life due to not living a healthy lifestyle. Diabetes, like that is one of my big advocacies is fighting diabetes. I've lost uncles to being a diabetic. So with Complete Dominance Athletics is really all of our product, I'm gonna say about 95% of our product is to help you enhance your life and fitness and health. From our, like I say, from our mask that helps with your respiratory system, from our lemon burn, from the different oils, all of the things that we have is to help enhance. That's like one of my biggest things. With Putman Speaks is to enhance you mentally, physically, spiritually. I really want people to understand the impact and the level of love and prosperity God has for us. I wasn't always this person, so I feel like I'm one of the best advocates that can be out there. Because as you know, as you look in the Bible, when people read the Bible, everybody wasn't on that spiritual path, and that's what God finds you. Everybody wasn't on that spiritual path. So with Putman Speaks is really to partner with God is a beautiful thing. And where you can reach and find us at is, of course, on Instagram is at Complete Dominance, at Putman Speaks. Our online shopping center is www.cdathletics.shop. And I just love connecting with kings as yourself, Sean Fair, Keon Clinton. Also, these queens that's out here that's doing major things and having big platforms. Pam Perry, Shaquille Wilkinson. So the list goes on. And that is one of my other biggest things is just keep connecting with like-minded kings as yourself and like-minded queens so we can spread this prosperity and just wake the people up.
Oh, that's good, man. So listen, when I hear you just reflecting on our interview, man, that two of the biggest pillars that people need to operate by is to partner with God by faith. When working their strategy, they need to pray, plan, and execute. When looking at their current situations, they need to figure out how to view it. Is it an obstacle or an opportunity? Or is it both? Like, how do we navigate that? Then it's about expanding our knowledge to make sure that we're reading, to make sure that we're giving ourselves quality information so that we can make quality decisions. And then after you do all of those things, that you develop a message that can empower other people to see themselves the way God sees them, to see their opportunities in their life the way that God designed, to see the perspective of what he can do through them, because your why always has to be bigger than you. And then when you talk about collaboration, you have to have a product that puts you in places where you cannot physically be. So, man, listen, brother, I appreciate you coming on the show. Again, follow my brother Milton at Complete Dominance on Instagram, at Putman Speaks on Instagram. He's Milton Putman on Facebook. He's cdathletics.com on the internet as it relates to getting that mask. I love how God positioned you. Even before this happened, he gave you a tool that could cause you to prosper during this time. That's a whole nother message. That is a whole nother message, how what you can be working on right now, had you not continued on what he showed you for the mask, you wouldn't have been positioned to take advantage of what this current obstacle is for some people. It's a huge opportunity for you.
Definitely, sir.
So yeah, man, listen, peace. It was blessings and prosperity to you, my brother. God continue to bless you and increase you richly. I pray that, man, he just continues to open up avenues for you to share the gospel message where you won't have to modify or manipulate your message, but you'll be able to stand boldly and say the name of Jesus, because you know, hey, we are not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation. So if we're talking about saving people physically, saving people mentally, saving people financially, it is the gospel message of Jesus Christ that changes our lives.
Yes.
All right, man. So listen, God bless you, man. And listen, to your young kings, salute to them, and to blessings to all you do.
Blessings and prosperity, and everything goes to you and your family as well.
I receive it, man. As I always say, your future is not behind you. It is not before you. It is within you. And I'm Andre Ebron, the founder and the host of the Drawing Board Podcast. Peace.
Peace.